go to South Central, go to the Arizona border where you have a lot of poverty. If he were to do a poverty tour first.
So a lot of so-called liberals are really mad at Van Jones right now. So here are some tweets that I got from an article in the Hinterland Gazette. Oh, for fuck's sake. When people like Van Jones place expectations on Obama while sitting in high-paying jobs, are they ever being hit by the irony of their BS? Why don't you do a poverty tour, Van Jones? And here's one from Joy Reid of MSNBC, a so-called progressive, saying, or Obama is a private citizen and should do whatever the hell he wants, just like every other ex-president. Okay, so people are pissed off at Van Jones. So what did he say? What did Van Jones say that was so crazy? Well, let's listen to it.
President Obama has agreed to accept $400,000, that's 1 year's worth of presidential salary, to speak in September at a Wall Street conference. Senator Elizabeth Warren said she was troubled by it, and Bernie Sanders also did. Take a listen.
I think it just does not look good. It's not a good idea. And, you know, I'm sorry that President Obama made that choice. He's a private citizen. I just think it is distasteful.
Is it distasteful to you?
It's not distasteful. I do think that he started off talking to those kids in Chicago. And we need a Bobby Kennedy in this country. And I hope that he will do a tour, go to Appalachia, go to Native American reservations where they're shoving these pipelines down their throats and they don't even have a clean running water. Go to South Central, go to the Arizona border where you have a lot of poverty. If he were to do a poverty tour first, listen, he should not be the first president that has to be broke. Listen, every other president went out there and gave big speeches. Don't hold him to a second standard. Don't give a double standard to him. But I tell you what, from a moral point of view, it would be great for him to do
signed a $60 million book deal. I mean, he's not broke. And,
exactly.
But I mean, like,
listen.
Do you not think he was elected to a degree to fight the forces on Wall Street?
Sure, and he's done with that.
Clearly,
if I had the opportunity that he has, I would do a big poverty tour for 6 months. Everywhere I go, it's poverty, addiction, and high death rates, from West Virginia to South Central. And if he would do that, then, yeah, go ahead and do a big speech.
Look at how much Van Jones is defending Obama in that clip. He didn't even call the move, Obama's move to take a 400K speech, distasteful. He didn't even agree with Bernie Sanders on that. He simply said that Obama, it would be morally smart of him to instead do a poverty tour before taking a big money speech from Wall Street. Let me show you again what Joy Reid said. Or Obama is a private citizen and should do whatever the hell he wants, just like every other ex-president. Joy Reid is supposed to be a journalist. She's supposed to be telling truth to power. Here she is defending this ridiculous decision of taking a 400K speech for Wall Street. Now let me explain why this is an issue. Obama wouldn't be offered this money if he was hard on Wall Street. That's what this shows. Do you think Wall Street would give Bernie Sanders a 400K speech? No. Obama's getting 400K because he went easy on Wall Street. That's why he's getting that money. That's what this shows. That's why it's a problem. I mean, in some ways you may want to say, well, at least it's honest of Obama to do this. He's being honest. He wasn't hard on Wall Street. He's taking the money. You know what? If you want to make that argument, that's a fair argument. If you want to say, well, you know what? Obama's being honest. He wasn't hard on Wall Street, so why is it wrong for him to take 400K? That's a good point. That's a great point. But it exposes him for what he is. So, and to get back to the original point here, Van Jones, he defended Obama a number of times in that clip. He's worked for Obama. He knows Barack Obama. And people are shitting on Van Jones for barely touching him at all. What Van Jones said is actually a good idea. Yeah, it would have been smart for Obama to instead do some kind of poverty tour and then take the speech money afterward. Because at least he's, doing both sides here. I would say it's better to not take the money at all, but if you're going to take the money, then you might as well at least show that you somewhat give a shit about regular people. That's all Van Jones is saying. And to hit him on that is just insane. Van Jones has had his bad moments when he called Trump becoming the president of the United States tonight when he gave his stupid-ass speech. But largely overall, Van Jones has been very strong on progressive policy. One of the few progressives on television. He's said dumb things for sure, but for the most part, he's been good. This is not a reason to hit Van Jones.